because I truly enjoy helping people. If you get hurt in an accident, please feel free to call me. I'd love the opportunity to try to help you. The Dozier Law Firm, we're here in your time of need.
Vertice Zero Zier is on the new 107.9 FM and 980 AM WDDO, The Glory.
Are you looking to reframe your mind, transform your body, and change your life? Then you should connect with us today at Reframe Health and Wellness. Here at Reframe Health and Wellness, we believe your health journey can be a brand new beginning. That's why we offer Slim Wave, a medically guided GLP-1 weight loss program designed to support you with care, encouragement, and accountability every step of the way. We have advanced, state-of-the-art 3D body scans that allow you to actually see your progress, because seeing is believing. We also support your journey with naturally grown herbal teas and high-performing supplements for gut health and metabolic fitness. No quick fixes, just real support, real structure, and a team that believes in you. To contact us, call 404-777-9790 or visit our website at reframewellnessclinic.com. Again, that's 404-777-9790 and visit our website at reframewellnessclinic.com today.
Democrat for State House District 142.
I'm Pastor Lisa Watson, and I
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Welcome to the Issues of Life broadcast with your host, Evelyn Reid. This show will address health, religious, and political issues that our communities face daily. Let's go live into the studio with your host, Evelyn Reid, for the Issues of Life broadcast, right here on The Glory, 107.9 FM, 980 AM, WDDO.
Well, good afternoon again, and welcome to the Issues of Life broadcast right here on WDDO. And we're glad you tuned in to our broadcast today and pretty much every Tuesday. We thank you for that. And if you'd like to join our conversation today, you can dial in at 478-250-1444, 478-250-1444. I'm here this afternoon with only one stooge today.
Uno.
My good friend, Pastor Larry Dunn. How you doing today?
Good to see you, man, and good to hear from you. He's a great preacher, teacher, leader.
Oh,
glad to be here.
You're just so kind.
I show up just to see him and hear from him.
Your old time is working good.
It's working.
And we are thankful to have such an experienced pastor with me today. My name is Don Reid. And how was your day today so far?
Well, listen, I went to 2 doctors today. I had to fast. You know, the Bible says fast. I went fasting for spiritual connection. I was fasting because I had to give some blood away. But anyway, I feel good. I went home, got a nap.
Okay.
So I'm ready now. You know, I'm a guns are loaded, my brother. Bring it on.
Amen. Let's talk a little about something that's kind of everything we talk about is relevant, but even more so today within the Christian community. And that is COVID's been over now for 5 or 6 years now. And yet we're still seeing statistics tell us that many of God's people hadn't gone back to church. And I want to talk about, why do you think that is? Why haven't people gone back to church in the same sense they were before COVID? The churches were packed, running over with people. And now, today, you don't see as many as normally would, and nothing really has changed except,
Except them.
Yes. So why do you think that is?
Well, 2 things. I think they have gotten a habit of not going. We went in our church. We went probably 2 years without a face-to-face worship experience. We all went to the
YouTube.
YouTube,
Right.
and so they got used to that. And they remember now. You talk about convenience. You ain't got to go nowhere. You got to spend no gas. And so guess what? Even the expense as it is now,
Yeah.
and then you just got a habit of not going. And once you go like 3 weeks, it's now a habit. And here's I have to contrast that with me on a personal level. The audience may not know I did have a triple bypass. I had one artery
Really?
80% blocked, one artery 90% blocked, and a third artery 100% blocked. So I went through a triple bypass, and I'm just the opposite. Remember, I've been going to church since I was 5 years old till I can remember church. So that's all I know. Even on vacation, I may be the exception to the rule. I have to go to church because I feel strange not being there. I don't have to preach. I don't have to teach. I just need to be in that worship experience. That's what my DNA says I need to do. Anyway, long story long. So for I think 3 months, I was out of the pulpit. The church did so much better with me being gone. But I was ready to go back, and my wife said, "You can't go back." So I did. After 3 months, 3 months, I went back and I sat on the pew for 2 months because my doctor said, "Don't you get back up there. If you have to say something for 12 minutes and sit down because they didn't want to disturb whatever they had done to repair me." But I was just, I couldn't wait to be back in the building. And I was able to see people other than me preach, other than me lead, other than me do the thing. So I was an exception. But when that was pre-COVID, that was me and my religious experience. But then COVID comes along and we were out of the building for 2 years. And some folk have never come back. They got in the habit of not coming, and they just feel comfortable. And I think when you get to the point where the book says, fail not to assemble ourselves, they think now, they really think that if they get it virtually, it's equal to getting it in person. They didn't have virtual worship back in biblical times. They were just glad. David said, "I was glad when they said to me, 'Let's go to the house of the Lord.'" Another psalm enters into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise. It ought to be an experience because when I'm at church, it's like I can magnify with somebody the goodness of the Lord. Nothing like corporate worship. It's okay to worship God by yourself, but my experience from 5 years old to right now, let me go into the house of the Lord. Because when I'm with someone, it seems to be stronger, more meaningful. It's the emotional. I'll share this with you. I know the long story long.
Go ahead.
When I took Spanish, uh, Dr. Dubray said, she said, you need to learn the language using all of your senses. As many senses you can, you learn better. So when you teach Spanish, you got to have your ears going, you got to have your mouth going, you got to have your eyes going. The more senses you use, the better learning experience. So when I go to church, man, I'm listening, I'm talking, I'm experiencing, I'm worshiping. And I think the worship experience is better when you use more of the senses because you're involved. It's not just sitting there watching somebody else worship. I'm there being a part of it, from a spectator to a participator. And I'm just like David. I'm glad. Now I got to figure out how to get other folk glad. They ain't glad enough.
Well, maybe you have some thoughts about this yourself. Our radio audience can call us at 478-250-1444. 478-250-1444. Why is it, in your opinion, that people hadn't gone back to church like they did before COVID?
Yeah.
And the churches right now, of course, we had to adapt.
Oh, yes.
During COVID, because of the social media that we use now. I think God did use that to get the word out to more people around the country and around the world. But sometimes people use what I watch you on the internet. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's a means. It's a media. It allows you to see them. And here's what's scary about the internet. I'm gonna give you two stories. Internet means you turn the set on. I got a preacher friend. He said he likes them to Zoom, and he wants to see that picture because remember now, if they just turn it on, and someone put that a still picture there, and that's no interaction. You put a still picture there, you can go bake a cake, collard green. You can stop listening. You get another conversation because you got it on mute. So I don't know if it's if they saw you for 5 minutes for our broadcast, did they really see you, or they just experienced 5 minutes? There's no way for you to tell. So they are clocking in. It's like being at work. You hit the clock and you go do what you want to do. On paper, it appears that they have shared that worship experience, but I wonder, are they really staying there for the whole service? But one thing about it, inside the building, you are clearly there for the whole service. Another example I use is up in Gary, Indiana. The pastor pulled Facebook, pulled all the social media. He said, "This is God's house. God wants you in the building." Now, I'm not saying it's gonna work in Macon. I'm not saying it's gonna work at your church, but he went with zero virtual church, and people came back to church. The Sunday school is bigger. The Bible class is bigger. The worship on Sunday is bigger. It worked for that church in Gary. I don't know if it worked for Macon, but I thought about it. I think people, when they learn to love Jesus Christ like they should, it put a joy in their spirit to being in the house of God.
Yeah, because the writer to the Hebrews will tell us, don't forsake. The word that means to abandon.
Abandon. Okay.
It doesn't mean you don't sometimes might not feel like going this Sunday, or you're sick, or you're out of town, whatever. I think the word there is a little bit stronger than, well, I'm just not going this Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
They pretty much have abandoned, he says, as the habit of some is in his day.
Okay.
They stopped going to the house of God. And it seems to suggest that when you abandon the church, you abandon God.
Oh, my God.
That's strong.
Yeah. But I wonder sometimes, because it's in this culture. We open the doors every Sunday. We open doors every Wednesday. And some people have worked with a culture where they weren't going that often, that once a month church. Let me share this with you. I have a friend of mine who pastors 3 Baptist churches in one county.
Wow.
In Mississippi, Claiborne County.
Bless his heart.
I have the wonderful pleasure of preaching at all 3 of the churches. I mean, we're talking about, for lack of a better word, a little bitty county.
Yeah.
And it appeared to me, rather than having this church, and I forgot, Hickory Flat was one, Philadelphia was one, the other one escapes me. But I'm saying just have one church. But here's the thing: I was there 1 week before Christmas, and that Sunday, my brother, they had a Christmas program, they had communion, they had baptism, and I'm supposed to get up to preach. I'm thinking, y'all don't need me here. You got too much going on. So I got up. I said, do you want me to be strong or you want me to be long? And everybody shouted strong and long. They didn't come to church to leave church. They came to church to have church because Dr. Reid, they only had church once a month. I don't know what done anything. We're going to have church today. I did miss my plane, by the way. That was a lot of church. But I promise you, I should still call and find out. They still come like they used to. They listen, think about now, once a month. They were serious about that once a month. So tell me, Pastor Reid, is once a month enough?
No. I mean, how would you feel eating only once a month? I do understand why some churches do that. In rural areas, even in some cities, they still have twice a month.
Twice a month, okay.
And trying to pool resources and all that, stay afloat, yada yada yada. But I think that need to worship regularly.
Okay.
Right. I think you need, and I encourage churches that are twice a month to go full time.
Full time.
Yeah, and open your doors 52 weeks out the year.
Yeah,
and not do it 25 or 26 weeks out the year. And you'll begin to see God move in a way that you didn't think He would.
Okay, let's deal with culture and times. I remember when I was a young preacher, young like Dr. Reid, they had revivals. How many days did they do revivals when you were
2
coming?
weeks.
Yeah. I can remember people like, the revival just broke out.
Yeah, the revival stayed with us for 1 week, and then after Friday night, he went home Saturday and preached at his church. Came back the next Monday. Yeah, I remember.
What happened to Mother Church, Dr. Reid?
Well, I don't know exactly what happened. I was so young when all that was going on, and of course, I didn't go 2 weeks. So.
They went 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I think what helped at that time was the struggle that we was in as a people, and people were more wanting to hear from God.
That's right.
Than they are now. We since feel like we've overcome, and now we can work where we want to. We make all kinds of money. We can live where we want to live. We can buy pretty much what we want to buy. And I think sometimes people feel, they get to the point where they feel that they don't need God.
That's right.
And trust me, I don't care how much money you make, you need God.
Still need God.
Because it's His air you're breathing, this body you are working in. And so everything that we have is on loan to us from Him. And so all of us are beggars. If you want to put it that way. Because God don't breathe that in your body, you won't live.
That's right.
Right? So you won't be able to go to work in the morning. The clock don't wake you up. It's God that wakes you up.
I thought the clock, the alarm
you
clock.
won't hear the clock unless God wake you up.
If you don't have an ear.
You just won't hear it.
Yeah.
God's in charge. He has not abdicated His throne. He's God over all the universe.
That's right.
Every inch of it, every whatever of the universe. He owns it all. It belongs to Him. And He allow us to make choices.
That's true.
Because He doesn't want forced worship. See, and He doesn't want us to love Him like a robot. For love to be Lord, has to have choice.
That's true.
Yeah, and so you choose to go to church, or you choose not to go.
Yeah,
and like you said earlier, it takes 21 days to develop a habit of something.
That's right.
You got to do it 21 consecutive days, and then it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And if you stay out of church for 21 days, well, you got a habit of staying out of church. That's right.
And they get used to it. I'm sharing with you. I've shared with it before. I don't know if I shared it with the audience. I went to Europe. I was in the UK, in Sweden, and in Germany in 1995. I had the pleasure of being guided by my local guide. Guided me along. We went to a cathedral in Liverpool. Liverpool is the home of the Beatles.
Correct.
And so we went there. And went in this big, beautiful cathedral. The acoustics were great, and the people they were singing. And I thought the church was full. Well, the cathedral was full. It's a big cathedral because the acoustic was so powerful. We got over there where the singers were. Only 7 were singing. It was just the right construction of the temple to make that sound big. The audience was very, very small. And the thing I learned in 1995 was that's the way it is over here. Beautiful building. It makes sense when there's a wedding or some major event. But they built big cathedrals, but people didn't come to worship.
Yeah, England has really gone backwards as far as
Mhm.
biblical faithfulness.
Yeah.
Many of those wonderful cathedrals that you were talking about,
Yeah.
they're now coffee shops, dress shops.
Mhm.
I mean, they were once churches.
Oh yeah, I'm saying
And,
it just.
Restaurants
Mhm.
now, because they allowed atheism to begin
Mhm.
to take.
You talking about they were the whole thing or just part of it? Just,
No, I'm talking about the country of England.
no, I'm saying
Churches,
that you talking about that they said dress shops and
the
and
churches as
the
a
whole thing.
they're no longer worshiping some of them churches.
Wow.
Yeah. If we're not careful, it's going to be that way here in
Mhm.
America.
Yeah.
Because they're projecting 16,000 churches going to close this year. That's a lot,
Mm-hmm.
In America,
Mm-hmm.
But there's a war going on
That's true.
against God in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And, you got those who are trying to uphold the bloodstained banner.
Yeah.
Then you got some that have acquiesced.
Yeah.
And so we're living in a time today where people are not excited about God no more.
Mm-hmm.
We get more excited about a car than we do about a Savior.
Preacher Reverend.
And so, let me ask you this. Do you think maybe part of the problem would be because some of the churches have become so contemporary?
I think so. I think, you mentioned earlier the struggle. When we're in a struggle, it's like we needed 5 nights of revival versus now you can't get folk to come out 5 nights. And I learned, I know part of this COVID, and we probably held too long in some instances, but
that could kill it.
Yeah, too long. So that ought to be a time.
Time out. Save some for tomorrow.
But the funny thing though, Doc,
what's that?
Is we go to a basketball game, it goes in overtime. We stay there. Baseball game. Okay. We're in 11, 12, 13 innings. Yeah. We're gonna see how it's gonna end.
Yeah, I stayed to watch some. I think it was professional baseball. I think they had 18 innings or something.
Wow.
Total before.
I'm gonna stay right here and root my team.
And I'm not a baseball fan.
Yeah. And were you in live or you watch on TV?
I wasn't live.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I watched it on TV, so
yeah.
They got interested because it was
a good game.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
Because I don't normally watch a game like I used to.
Yeah.
When I played it.
Yeah.
I could sit there and watch a game from start to finish. Now I can't do that.
Yeah.
I may start the game, watch the game, I flip the bonanza.
It's great watching sports from the TV at home. You get up, go to the refrigerator, come right back, and
so do a commercial. I check with the score.
That's right.
The score is kind of tight, then I stay with the game.
Yeah, but see, I think it's just the joy. I was telling you before, even on vacation, I think I just grew up differently, and I was very interested in the word. It could be preached, it could be taught, it could be sang. Just enjoy.
Yeah, you just don't feel right now being in God's house because that's the habit you developed over time.
Yeah.
And I don't feel right either.
Yeah.
Sundays I try to be in the Lord's house as much as I have to be able to preach.
Yeah, that's right.
But but I like it. I like the old hymns and stuff like that.
I just want you to raise one now. Did the artist want to hear you say?
I said I like it. I didn't say I like to sing them.
I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Pity my every groan.
You got a good voice. I can't hold a note in my pocket.
But listen, we did for again. I'm gonna refer to Mother's Day. The brothers got up to sing, and they sang quartet style.
Okay.
And the older I get, Doc, the more I loved quartet singing.
Yeah.
But what can happen? We talk about the old meeting hymns of the old church, and the funny thing was, I know you think about the Baptist church when you think about the meeting hymns. My daddy pastored a church in the country, in Marion County. No organist, no piano. The only thing they had is a snare drum,
wood flow,
and it would flow. And I never remember this. I was trying to connect to her relatives. Her name was May Lee Hope. Sister Maylie Hope. You talking about a Pentecostal woman could raise a Baptist hymn. She knew them all. She could do it. Remember now, you got no organ, you got no piano. You just got a drum. And it's amazing how beautiful the sound can be when you got no music at all. My daddy was there several years. He never got it. So one guy came, I think 2 Sundays he had a guitar. But can you imagine all those? I bet Daddy was down there for about 5 years or more. Nothing but the voice of triumph from the people and the hymns. And even when they sang song you clap on, that's all we had. And worship was just as real with no organ, no piano, because they loved the Lord. It was a group of people that kept worshiping. And I also would tell you this. The first time we were there, they had no electricity. Wow. Can you worship God and no electricity? Wow. I could remember they had 2 services. We had Sunday school, had morning worship. They go and eat, come back for the evening worship. And I don't know why they waited so late, because I remember them kerosene lamps on. Wow. And, kerosene lamps is not real bright. Right. But man, that didn't stop them. They had worship it in the dim light. And then Daddy would drive. It was out in Marion County, about an hour away, drive his family back to Macon. But they enjoyed being at church. He was there two Sundays a month.
You'll be surprised. We shouldn't be, but how worship would be more enjoyed when you put something in it. If you only get into worship what you put into it.
That's right.
You only get out of it what you put into it. And if you put nothing in it, you're not gonna get anything.
You sound like the old folk, man. Who taught you that?
Huh?
If you don't put nothing in it, you won't get nothing out.
That's why when I go to church, I don't go to worship for somebody else.
That's right.
I go to worship for myself. Now, I'm not a singer. Now, somebody, but I sing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not singing to nobody. I'm not singing to the person next to me.
That's right.
I'm singing to God. Because worship, when you boil it down, and subtract it down, worship is an audience of one.
Yes.
See, it's not an audience of 500. It's an audience of one. Because everybody, all 499 can enjoy what's going on, but God says I don't like it. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So worship is an audience of one. Never forget that.
Yeah.
So my goal in worship is to please Him, not to please anybody else.
Well, it makes sense. That's why we're there, and we want Him to get the glory. And worship is worship. He's worthy of the praise. He's worthy of the worship. And we're gonna talk to Him. We may be a small group, but doesn't matter. Did He say that there were 2 or 3?
Well, that's an interpretation.
Talk with Timothy. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Yeah, that passage has been used and misinterpreted thousands of times.
What does it mean, Reverend? Doctor, scholar?
It's talking about church discipline. Okay, that's what it's talking about. It's not talking about, we get together 2 or 3 that He is in the midst. No, He says, when you're involved in church discipline within the church and dealing with an errant believer, the Lord is there giving directions on how you should handle that situation.
Okay, that's what it means.
That's what it means. Yeah.
So you said if I was just me and you, we can't have Him in here?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you can't use that passage.
Okay.
To confirm it, but you can, God, if you're by yourself and you're a Christian, the Lord is with you.
That's true, man. Okay. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
because the Spirit of God lives within you.
Yes. Okay,
so it's not a question of where's the Lord. If you're a believer, He says, I sent you one just like me. Okay, He shall be with you and in you and abide with you forever.
Yeah.
Okay, he's talking about the Holy Spirit. So once a person gets born again, immediately the Spirit of God takes a residence in their life.
Residence.
Yeah, He stays there.
Okay, good point you made. Residence. Back in the old days, when a king had 3 residents, how did you know the king was in residence at that location? Well, What the king did was he would hang a flag out. He would hang a flag. I got a call coming in.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll finish it up.
Yeah, we have a call coming in. State your name and welcome to the program.
Well, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
My name is Elder Booker. I want to make a comment.
Okay, Elder.
I was touched by what you all was talking about, and I want to leave you with a comment and a question.
Yeah.
When integration came, how much did we gain, and how much did we lose? And I'm 66 years old.
Mm.
And one other thing I want to add to the comment and question is the 7 mountains of influences. One of them is media. Well, one thing that we have lost as a people of color is our family infrastructure. And the integration played a part. Where the church stand at right now, convenience can help people to a certain length, but destroy them in the long run. One of you all touched on this. The black church was the strongest during the civil rights struggle. And I appreciate you all for letting me make this comment. God bless you.
Thank you, Elder Booker. May God bless you, man. I hope you have a wonderful study tomorrow night, church and Sunday. Okay, he's saying that integration kind of hurt the church.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
integrate? I wouldn't say integration per se. I would think the assimilation of some other cultures may have hurt us in the black culture. I just remember just the emphasis on worship. For example, I remember days, I'm not saying it was all biblical, it was just the tenets or the ruler's church. There were certain things you did on Saturday in preparation for Sunday. You didn't wash cars on Sunday. You didn't cut grass on Sunday. You had to shine your shoes.
the blue light law too.
You had to shine your shoes. I think was that integration? Probably not. It's probably
let me kind of
go ahead, Reverend.
Because I want to try to be accurate about what you're saying.
Okay.
He prefaced it by saying that he felt that some parts of integration hurt the family, and by hurting the family, hurt the church.
Yeah, and it could have been. It was in the days where black folk were treated a certain way. I think that's more good came out of integration than bad. But we were trying to in some areas be like them, and that I think that we took the culture of the black church out of our worship, and I think that's powerful to get together and encourage each other to exalt his name together. Anytime, that's good. I don't know. I guess I'm not there with the whole piece of integration being that, except for maybe there's some people wanted to sound.
It did hurt the family in many instances.
It sound like them. Now remember now, there were some people that didn't want to sound like black, sound like the old church. They went to certain denominations. I'm not going to call a name, but some denominations made it clear it's this message sound ignorant. This preacher sound dumb. This worship experience is old fogey. And from that aspect, they assimilated in the other churches. Let me do an example. Hope I don't offend anybody, because I'm not trying to offend anybody. There are some churches that, this is before COVID, they were satisfied with a worship experience less than 1 hour. I'm not knocking them. That's just their thing. They don't want to be at church that long. They want to go play golf. They want to go to a football game. They want to go to a basketball game. They just want to go do something. So if you hold them greater than an hour, it's bad news. I went to a friend of mine's church, 45 minutes, and that was considered too long. I don't know. Is that integration? I don't know. Is that just the culture? they assimilated into other groups, and they didn't want to be at church that long. So I don't know if integration is the problem. It's just that that's some of the aspect we assimilated into other cultures, and that made it tough for the old traditional black church.
Okay, all right. Do you think that today that sometimes we've taken our people too far out of our culture?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In what way would you say?
I would say in the introduction of music. Now, I love the way you shared with me at Alethea. We don't have to sing it just one culture. Give me some contemporary. Give me some traditional. Let's mix it up because the group at our church is all ages, and if we can satisfy them, my wife loves traditional music. My son loves the contemporary, and to tell the truth now, I don't know the songs. You know, they do put them on the screen. Sometimes we can follow along, but nothing like an old song from the old church. It's more meaning. It hits my soul as opposed to, but I do know young folks. I would tell you this, Pastor Reid, and audience at home, I would say this. When they sing those contemporary songs, the young people get excited. They know the words. I don't know the words. So we're talking the words from experience. Maybe that song I didn't get it, but the next song I get it because if we blend it, then everybody gets a shot at worship in some experience that they can relate to better.
Yeah, I was listening to Christian radio. Maybe I read it. I'm not sure what format it came to my sight or ear. But that a lot of young people, I mean, a lot of young people are joining the Catholic Church.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't call no name.
Yeah, it's a resurgence of the Catholic Church with young people. And the number one reason why they are joining is because they sing hymns.
Now, that is news to me.
Huh?
That's news.
That's it. That's the number one reason. And the reason why they're saying that these young people are going to the church and singing hymns is because when they leave, they felt like they've been in church.
Now, listen, I said, that's good. I'm not going to say anything about
I love hymns.
Yeah.
We don't sing them anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, we don't sing Blessed Assurance like we used to, and You're Not the Temptation.
Go try it.
Amazing Grace. No, I ain't saying I was going to sing them for you.
I was just saying, you're not just because healing sin and each victory will help you, some other to win.
Yeah, because, see, the praise team are taking that away.
That's right.
And we got to bring some of that back to the church. Because if the church is so contemporary, you don't feel like you worship. You've not been at worship. That's what these young people are saying as to why there's a resurgence among young people going to the Catholic Church.
But see, I think that's amazing to me, and I respect what you just said. But you got to sing a song that people know the words, so it means something. It's different when I know the music.
Yes.
You know, I can do Amazing Grace all day long.
Yeah.
You know? But if I don't know the words, I'm not as we're talking about the senses. We're not as into it because I'm missing something. You're singing it, and maybe if you tell me on the screen, I can sing it with you. But if there's no connection with the words at me, your experience is going to be different from mine.
Correct. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
It is.
As to why some of the young people are going back to church, and they're going back to churches that sing more hymns.
Question: I know I've been to your church. You got hymn books on every pew.
Correct.
And if you don't know the words, it's right there in front of you. Are you finding most churches got hymn books?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them, because again they put it on the screen now. You save money that way.
Yeah.
And people are not tied to the book. Okay. But some of those old hymns, they do something to you.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, because you grew up with them. You know, when I was at New Pleasant Grove as a kid growing up, they sung a hymn. We sung hymns, and they did the meter hymns too. The deacons did all of that. Choir was awesome.
Yeah.
And, you know. So and then Reverend Dave was preaching. Go home.
Reverend Davis was my neighbor.
I know.
You know,
Yeah,
you get your cousin over there, and I was over there.
Yeah. They were excellent
Yeah.
Davis. Yeah.
Is he still living?
He passed away.
Oh, wow.
I looked him up online.
Okay.
Last year, I think.
Okay.
He was 80, 82,
Oh,
83 years of
God.
age when he passed away.
Okay.
Went back to Birmingham.
Yeah. Were you there with Pastor drawing a blank Alexander?
I was not a member.
Okay.
At that time, I joined under Reverend Davis. I was 8
okay.
years old, but
Yeah.
Alexander lived right behind the church.
Yeah.
Right there on Coward Street, and my grandma lived right out there on Menard.
See, that must be when they built this parsonage, and I played with Eric and Gregory when they moved to Howland Circle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But Davis could sing. He had a beautiful. His wife could do an organ and just bring the house down.
Bring the house down. y'all were worshiping. I do want to before we leave our schedule, talk about the Bibles and the different versions. And they're not bringing the book necessarily. When I said we're gonna have now again, most of the time the words on the screen, but people coming out with all kind of devices. We call Bible. It's no paper. It's electronic. Tell about electronic Bible, and if you talk about different versions, are we getting it right?
The question that people often ask is, what's the best version?
That's correct.
Of the Bible. One of my professors said almost 40 years ago, I never forgot what he said. He said, Dr. Howard Hendricks, he said, when I'm asked what version of the Bible should I buy, he said, buy the version that you're going to read. And I thought that was a good answer.
Yes.
I like King James, but I use the New American Standard.
Okay. Is that the closest to the original?
The American Standard is closer to the original text and many others. Doesn't mean the others are wrong.
Okay.
Because you can put words into today's language.
Sure.
Okay, and still be just as accurate.
Okay.
And words, that the biblical writers wrote. Sometimes we get our words from it, from those words. And so, I enjoy going into the original language and try to extract.
See, you were trained, and you got that down where you can go back to the Greek and explain it. There was a time for non-seminary students, they would take maybe one word and work it in that sermon to say this is what it meant, and it would give a little different light than just the old conversion into English.
Well, it was hard learning that.
Okay, but for somebody who didn't go to seminary, what would you recommend? Maybe strong.
It's so much stuff out here now.
Strong concordance. I mean, we had
Strong's. You can. You just go on Google.
Okay.
Go to Google and what's the meaning of this word in this verse.
Yeah.
From Genesis 1. What does that mean? Or from Matthew 1. What does that mean? It'll give you.
Yeah. Okay.
AI can give you some of that stuff as well too. So, I had a class. Back in 84. 84. It was a Greek class on the book of Ephesians. Okay. So I knew Ephesians from the Greek.
Okay.
And so I said, let me check out AI, see how accurate AI is. So I had Chat GPT. So I opened up, I typed in Greek exegesis of Ephesians chapter 1, and I did only 2 verses 13 and 14. And with applications and illustrations.
Wow.
And I hit it. And No, I said, and with syntax.
And with syntax.
Yeah, the relationship of words.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that thing came up within
Accurate.
5 seconds.
Accurate.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
How accurate it really was. And so it's so many tools out here. So many commentaries can give you good information.
Oh yeah.
The internet it just flooded. I mean, I've sent out so much stuff to pastors and preachers, flooded them with information, and send it to them on the phone.
Yeah.
And so that way you can always have it with you wherever you go.
Okay. In terms of attention span, what do you recommend a good time for worship on Sunday? What is the average attention span for adults?
Yeah, I start at 10.
Okay.
I do 30 minutes of worship, and then I go into preaching. We've done, everything is over by 11:30.
Okay. All right.
That's because of COVID.
Okay.
I started that with COVID.
Okay. Pre-COVID, what'd you do?
10:40, and I was out about 12:50.
Issues of Life broadcast with your host.
Thank y'all so much.
Sure
Sorry we
to
took so long, but thank you so much for joining in, and be blessed. Have a wonderful Bible study tomorrow night at church on Sunday. Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you. Enjoy this, man.
Political issues that our communities face daily, right here on the Glory 107.9 FM, 980 AM, WDDO.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.